right. Well, we should be live with any luck. We shall see. We shall see. But we're back with some Cyberpunk Red, our sitcom. I guess I'm going to keep calling it a sitcom.
I'm so
based in
lively
the
and
Cyberpunk
hilarious.
Red universe. We're down a player tonight. Our net runner is away, and in game, there's a perfectly good reason for it. He had a job opportunity that he's following up on as a receptionist for a new dental clinic. And Richard, if you're talking, you are muted.
I thought you said there was a perfectly good reason, a job opportunity for Marius.
I thought you said we were missing Netrunner. We are missing him.
Yeah. Marius is not joining us today as he has a business meeting that he is attending. Some other things that happened last episode. Gold Siren has negotiated a place for the night market. Up, I believe you chose the marina, right? Upper Marina, right? So what you're looking at on the screen, and we'll get to it when your character goes there, because of course you're going to want to check out the location. It's a parking garage right on the marina. You negotiated this with Skunk. 20% of Ollivander's take is usually what he pays the source, the site. In this case, Skunk's people wanted the 20%, but wanted it given to them in the form of goods that they can use. Medical supplies, food, clothing, that sort of thing. And that was agreed to. Bargain is kept. Rackham has been looking over the blueprints and discovered that there is a basement to your cubicle hotel. Unfortunately, at some point of time, a very good slab of cement was poured over the doors, and the janitor's closet was erected right above it. So there's some looking into going on there. Laszlo had work. His day job had him coming to two locations where folks were killed in a decidedly hit-like manner using military-grade hardware. Although I guess that was the session before.
I was going to say, that wasn't last time.
I think last time you were digging. You were digging last time, right? You were in the records department of the place you work, looking up the woman that has taken over the dojo and the kid that Marius hates, finding out that she's had 3 husbands. 2 died of natural causes. 1 was presumed lost after 7 years of no contact. Not suspicious in the least bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, is Marius on a date with her? No.
Let's see. What was Pinball doing during all of this? Oh, Pinball was negotiating the tenants, wanting to have a meeting bright and early the next morning. And you had come up with what is the cheapest thing we can do to make them happy, and what is the thing that the city wants you to do the most. The 2 things that you were addressing. So 1, they wanted their sanitary facilities to work because yours is the only one that does, or your floors is the only one that really does. And the city wants you to bring the building up to fire codes by putting in fire suppression systems at the minimum.
Yeah, well, the sanitation is really for our benefit, so we don't have to smell these stinky people anymore.
Oh, so suddenly you get a little money in your pocket and everyone else is the unwashed masses. I see how it is.
No, they're the unwashed masses because they're the unwashed masses.
Also, Gold Siren has a meeting with a lawyer because she's being sued, as well as the soybean farmer who she did a commercial role for his product that ended up getting a lot of people sick and a few people died. Yeah, you the lawyer that Ollivander had employed to give you your, I guess, your legacy from Ollivander. You have contacted to find out about this. Okay, I guess that was all the end of last session, setting up for this session. So let's start with a few things. First off, because it was bright and early in the morning, Pinball, that the tenants meeting was being called, and you wanted to be the representative for that. And I believe Gold Siren said she wanted to be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's awfully early for Rackham, but Rackham could still be awake from the previous night. That's entirely possible.
Actually, we were going to go to the construction site first, me and Pinball were, to find
Yeah,
out what
that
the
was-
up with that.
Okay.
And
That was
then go
slightly
on to
before.
the meeting.
Sure, but the construction site was mostly just to get somebody with a jackhammer to make a hole in the cement floor so you could take
I
a
was
look
going to
around.
ask them to understand the plans to work out what the hell was going on.
Okay.
Because I looked at the plans and went, I have no freaking clue what's going on.
Okay. So you have a contact there. It was one of the areas that you designed.
Yep.
So if I remember right, the construction crew is on the take. They are part of
Mafia.
a gang. Right, in the area. All right, give me the contact. Who do you go and talk to? What's their name?
I did have a name from at one point. I doubt I noted it down anywhere.
I see how it is, Rackham. The moment you need something from me, you can't even remember my name, but you come to me anyway.
Yep. I doubt you took note of it either, so
Johnny No Name.
it was something along those lines.
Well, Johnny, we'll look at your blueprint real quick. Takes a look at it. You circled the area on there. It says, "Well, I'll tell you a few things here, Rackham. One, it's not load bearing. Looks like it was a pretty good pour job there. They got the specs right here. That pour job's enough. Like you'd see that done like a garage. You're gonna put like a car lift in place. You got to have a certain specification of cement. It's got to be thick enough to hold those bolts down when you got a lot of weight on top. It's kind of odd for placement, but there you go. It's a good slab of concrete that was poured there. It's gonna take a good drill to get through that. Looking through the permits here, yeah, I see the void space used to be a basement of some sort. There's no record of it being filled. They just capped the thing with the cement block here. And you got a building on top of it now. It's just a 2x4. That's not load bearing either. No, you can do a little bit of demo here. Be all right, Rackham.
Okay, cool. I don't suppose it actually is a vehicle lift that we just need to operate. We've done the controls for.
It depends. You want to excavate enough to get yourself down there, or you just want to look-see? I mean, I can let you borrow a drill that will go through that concrete pretty well, and you can get a camera down in there.
It'll probably actually a good first start. I wouldn't actually mind having a vehicle lift in there ultimately anyway.
Well, I tell you what, we'll start with that. He goes to a shelf and pulls out like this long jackhammer like thing that's got a diamond drill bit on the end, and it's larger than Rackham. Just drops it in your arms. Yeah, just charge it up before you use it. It's all battery powered there. You got a runtime of about an hour. It's going to take a good amount of work to get a hole through this concrete. Just get that bit right in place there. It's got a little laser guidance system. Once you get it set up, it's got this little tripod. Just sit it in place and just leave it there. It'll take it a good 5-10 minutes to cut through that concrete. It'll stop now and then just to cool down the bit. But yeah, here you go. Here's the remote control unit. Directions. You hear a beep on your what are they called in this game again? They're not pans. They're agents. Yes, you hear a ping on your agent, and you've got essentially a PDF file that's how to use this drill that just showed up.
Yep, and I'm sure it won't cause any comedic disturbance during the tenants meeting.
It does have a high-pitched whining sound that, it's mostly okay. I think in studies, 15% of people had inner ear problems afterwards. I mean, that's 15%. I mean, take your chances.
And is Pinball here as well?
Yes, as it might have come to light that you needed heavy lifting. And also, I actually wanted to be there to basically just engage their services for the sanitation and get them right to work even before the meeting started.
You guys available for jobs?
I mean,
you retrofit this building for standards?
He pulls up his data. It's like, well, these are the official jobs. These are the jobs we have on the side. These are the jobs where we use some, let's call it organic fill to the cement. Is that Is it this kind of job?
Nah, it is plumbing. Plumbing.
Plumbing. Just plumbing?
Actual plumbing. We're not euphemistically talking here, okay?
We got stuck toilets and non-working showers.
Yeah, okay. You got the parts, you just need a man, or do you need both?
Well, we don't know the actual extent of the problem, so we first need an inspection, I imagine.
All right. I'll send Gus out. If you're ready now, he's kind of a lazy asshole. He doesn't really start moving until noon anyway. Just ply him with some coffee. We'll start a bill for this. Gus, get your ass up here. There's a guy that was sleeping on a bundle of 2x4s. Says, huh?
Do you want to operate a fancy drill while you're at it?
No, I'm doing the drill. I just need you to do it.
They have some just quick words between each other, basically outlining the parameters. It's like, it shouldn't take more than what? What do you think, Pinball, an hour?
Just
You got a 4-floor building? About an hour.
Hmm.
Are we doing this up to code, or are we just doing it to look like it's up to code?
Up to code.
Oh.
I would like to not have to fix this twice.
Okay.
Well, I thought we needed the fire suppression up to code. The sanitation, I don't know what we're doing with that.
Sanitation up to code. We have very smelly people in our building.
Okay.
All right. Well, Gus, go with these guys. Figure out a bill of materials. See what kind of work needs to be done. We'll figure it out. We'll send you an invoice afterwards. You let us know if it's too rich for your blood or not. I'll give you the best prices. Actually, we just got a load of reclaimed parts in.
Excellent. We love reclaimed parts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, we do too. We don't have to report those on the taxes.
Fine.
All right. Gus.
Sounds like too much effort. Yeah, let's do that.
Right,
All right, Gus. Just let us know how it looks. Gus, how many times have I got to tell you? Straighten up your shirt. Make sure the logo is visible, and you're not showing enough ass crack. Come on. People know that a good plumber. That's right. Drop those. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Yeah. Now we know you're a tradesman. Now get on going.
That's the service we are paying for. Yes.
If we can't see the Grand Canyon, it's just not worth the effort.
All right. So you pick up Gus, who you probably walked. It's not that. It's just a block away. I believe.
It's down a block sort of thing. Yeah, it's quite close.
So Gus will sigh that he has to walk a block, and immediately start chain smoking as you're walking, grumbling the whole time.
I mean, you could help carry this enormous heavy drill if you're that much of a complainer, Gus. No, you're suddenly much better. Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to the tenant meeting then. As Gus starts exploring, do you want to set that drill up before the meeting, or do you want to wait?
It's going to be going during the meeting, 100%.
Okay.
We'll fun that way. It's a sitcom after all.
Jameis, you wanted Rackham to do it, so make me a roll. This can be like
some kind of tech roll, I see.
just a general tech roll for a mechanical.
Basic tech.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 16.
Yeah, no problem. It's pretty much set to self up once you figure out the tripod, which is the most complicated thing. Setting up the drill is easy enough. There is a small warning that says anyone within 100 feet should be wearing ear protection, but
I'll make sure Sebastian has ear protection. That's very important otherwise.
Little ear muffs. Slap it on your rat. All right. Who is attending the meeting for all of your tenants? Gold Siren
is there.
Freshly showered and ready to go, making her best foot forward. Pinball just rolled out of bed, but he always looks like he just rolled out of bed.
Pinball is always ready, even in bed.
That's right.
Ladies.
That only works in the virtual world. It's Laszlo sleeping in. Tenant meeting was early, so it's like, probably 8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
Did we
'Cause
put
a
it
lot
on?
of your
I think
tenants have work to get to,
Sure.
so they wanted it as early as possible.
Yep, we scheduled it at 11, then 9, and now it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Laszlo
I
might have
thought-
just been getting off work, so
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't want to learn the name of the guy whose name I don't know, so just gonna sleep in.
okay. All right, where are you choosing to hold the meeting? Where did you tell people to show up at? At your door? Or
Oh, we just need the lock.
It's the base floor, the first floor.
Okay. Yeah.
Very close to where Elena's about to be drilling.
It is exactly where Elena is drilling, as a matter of fact. So Elena's drill is set up inside the janitorial closet because that's where the concrete floor was laid. So there's this high-pitched humming coming from there. It's at the verge where it's so high that you actually don't notice it at first until you start getting the headache. But luckily enough, to forestall any future law cases of people losing their hearing, there is only one tenant here waiting for you. He has set up his own little card table, and he has a whole bunch of paperwork out on it. He is referencing his agent, and he's slapped on a name badge that says tenant representative. It is Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
I think it can't be the one I created because he's technoverse, techphobic.
Homie, is you the only one here?
Yes, the other tenants decided to enlist me as their barrister in this particular engagement, Mr. Pinball, sir.
Do you have reference for that, or should I go ask the tenants if they even actually know about this?
He actually turns over one of the sheets of paper and slides it over to you. Every tenant has signed it, both an actual signature and their like tag, if you want a digital tag.
This can't be right. This one's clearly forged. He doesn't know how to write.
Well, if you'll notice, right under there, his mother actually signed for him as his legal representative. You are correct. Mr. Edwin Edwardson is illiterate.
And is this? Is this what that old lady in the room over there's name is? The one
Yes,
that always hits
they
on
felt it was
cars.
prudent, given your penchant, to carry armaments and your rumored, merely rumors, Pinball. Otherwise, engagements in how you make your money. And after I presented my particular credentials, which he hands over to you as well, he's actually a lawyer.
Oh, when did this happen?
A correspondence school, of course. I don't get out much, as you well know.
The finest correspondence school, I am sure. What does this say?
Havrid.
Havrid. Perfect. I always love meeting Havrid men. Good school. Doesn't actually exist in the physical world, but on paper, finest establishment you will ever use Google's patented Google search assistant for TM.
Yes, you can just scan the code right there, and you can pull up my credentials. I am not a trial lawyer, of course. My particular interest is in the form of patents, negotiations, and contracts.
Oh, is this a 10% off if you refer a friend?
Oh, the code below that, Pinball. That one.
Oh, that one.
But the 10% off is still good for another 3 days.
I mean, as part of the building, we may have to use that savings, What was this meeting about other than me to tell you, hey, good news! We're going to start on the plumbing.
Wait! Before you say anything, Pinball, we need to do this all official-like. He lays down his agent, puts a button. Now recording. This is the tenant meeting between the affidavit leased tenants, as is procured in document 543A-2, and the new owners of the Coffin Motel located on blah, 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 blah.
And I take out my gun and shoot it. Boom!
Do you?
Yes. No
Okay.
recordings.
He looks at the agent. He looks at the hole through it. He swipes it off onto a trash can nearby, and he pulls that out of another agent. And he says, Pinball, this is going to go very poorly if you continue to shoot my agents. I mean, yes, they're burner agents. But this is a legal precedence that we have going on here. It needs to be recorded. It needs to be filed with the town.
Well, then you have to warn me about such things. I need voice modulation and witness protection.
Well, Pinball, your name is on the legal documents for this Coffin Motel. It's not like you're going to be anonymous for this.
But they don't need to know my voice.
We've got retina, fingerprints, blood samples. I don't think your voice is going to matter, Pinball.
Oh, it always matters. The more evidence they have against me, the worse. Oh,
okay. Well, recording. He starts the preamble again. The owner, going by the moniker of Pinball, has asked for voice modulation. Now engaging voice modulation.
Excellent. I would also like a request Greek language translator.
A moment. He slides in some softs onto his agent. Okay. Translators now available. I do speak Greek, by the way. I had to translate if necessary.
Excellent. We shall not record in Greek, as it is all Greek to you, everyone else.
No, I'm afraid not. The city is very adamant that it be recorded in English. If you need a translator, that is apparently fine, but it's one of the bylaws. It is one of the bylaws of Night City, I'm afraid. Now, let us begin with the list of grievances, Pinball, as he talks over you and slides forward a healthy sheaf of grievances.
All right, who do I need to shoot to make these grievances stop?
Oh, wait. He stops the recording. I think we should start again, Pinball. I don't believe you would like that to be filed with the city. I mean, it could be messy if one of the tenants ended up being shot and this was on recording. Shall we start again?
Fine. Strike it from the record.
He pulls out a hammer and smashes that agent, puts it in the trash can, pulls out another one.
See, this is why I say we have to speak this in Greek. It is slang for shooting people.
Now, page 1 is makes it very concise for you. Pinball, Gold Siren, who else is here? Rackham, you're in the closet running the drill. Right.
And I can be part of this meeting and just be monitoring it on my agent.
Right. You'll find that page 1 is a nice summary and of the minimum things that the tenants would like to be addressed. Everything else, of course, is pending in time. But page 1, I've made it nice and consolidated. It is exactly as we spoke of before, Pinball. We need to get the cleaning stations on each of the floors in working and to code condition.
It's already in motion.
Ah, yes.
There's one gentleman looking at them right now as we are speaking. Gus, get back to work.
Gus is sleeping in a corner down here.
It's just recording, not video. Yes.
Right, correct.
No, I'm like straight up asking homie.
Oh, yes. Audio only.
One moment, and I start kicking Gus awake. Wake up, you lazy bum. I said, as we are speaking. Kick.
Let it be noted for the recording that Pinball is doing direct management to the help in addressing the concerns of the water fittings and pipes. Aggressively, very aggressively.
It's called hands-on and feet-on.
Right. Well, you will find that the 695 pages of the document are all well documented with photographic and video shots if needed. All there you can scan with your agents to see such things. But it's just page 1 that we're looking to have addressed in the immediate future.
Great. Meeting adjourned.
Oh, then you agree?
It's already being done.
Oh, turn to page 697, and if you will all sign there, please.
I'm going to have a look at
Hey,
page 1
wait a
whilst-
minute.
before you sign
Hey.
anything.
This is a meeting, not a signing contract thing.
Oh no! This is all a very legal proceeding, Mr. Pinball. It's not. You can't just say that you're addressing the concerns. We have to have documentation.
I can certainly say that. This is me saying it.
It's
Are
not
you
good
saying
enough.
it?
And he
Most
kind of looks
certainly
over to Gold Siren. Please, can you persuade your friend to be more reasonable here? I mean, the tenants are more than willing to take you all to court if necessary.
The tenants, why did the tenants, if that was so, not take the previous owner to court?
Well, that's a very good question.
And your answer is, Mr. Tenant Representative?
I can't speak for all the tenants.
Yes, you
speak for
can. You are the
myself.
representative.
I can speak for them in the matters outlined in the 697 pages of this document, of which why they never addressed these concerns with our late Mr. and using Ollivander's real name because that's who the building's name is under. GM does not have his notes in front of him. So,
And Mr. Representative,
again,
also
that
representing
is
yourself?
not part of this contract.
Alright,
Well,
so what does page
it's-
1 say?
It's just like as he said. The tenants will. The tenants agree that if the sanitation, what would you call it? The sanitation areas on each of the floors are brought up to code regulations, that the other grievances they have are minor and can be addressed over time.
What's the time frame for the sanitation to be brought up to code?
Does anybody have business or law? Okay.
Business.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
17.
You have to show within a week that you have contracted the services or begun the retrofitting yourself, and it has a month. You have 1 month. And there is legal repercussions, apparently. A lien can be placed upon the entirety of the building if this isn't done by the state. Or the city, in this case.
You're right. This is too much. We should probably just cut the building down, evict everybody. It's, they spurn our generosity.
Well, if you will please turn to page 312, you find quite neatly outlined there that you're not able to evict anyone from the premises.
Oh, no. And why does it say this, what bull malarkey is this now?
Well, this might be perhaps why you can maybe read between the lines why they never brought this up with Ollivander. Apparently, as part of their leasing conditions, until their lease actually ends, Ollivander did not have the right to evict them unless they broke very certain specifications. Killing someone on the premises is one. Two, having caused a having an illegal enterprise on the premises that causes the police to raid the building is number 2. And number 3 is kind of nebulous. Apparently, everybody in your building was doing some work for Ollivander on the side.
I'm pretty sure we've broken 1 and 2 already.
You can evict
I can't keep track.
I don't think we killed anybody here.
No, we didn't.
I'm not sure. I'm
Torch
not
the guy
positive.
thought about killing him. Well, we didn't torch him. That was a Nancy and Maria's situation. But
So
No,
apparently
the guy we
everyone's-
tortured did get away alive, but I can't remember if there's someone else we killed.
apparently everyone's contract to live here included working for Ollivander in some respect. Including yourselves, if you think about it.
It did, yes.
Yeah.
What about this subsection paragraph here about work related to rent?
Oh, as you see, it was on a case-by-case need directly from Ollivander herself. And if you'll see the subsection to the subsection, here's a magnifying glass.
No worries, I have to.
Such work
no,
is not in your purvey. It ended with Ollivander himself. There's no legal means for you to acquire our work.
But our current tenant contracts.
Yes, once they expire, you are free to evict us all if you need to.
Did they not expire with the death of Ollivander?
Oh, no. If you look at subsection 3, the subsection to the subsection, it's very explicit that as long as the building is here.
So if we move the building over an inch, it becomes void?
No, it's still the building, whether the building moves or not.
You said building is here. If building moves, it is no longer here.
If the building is in a livable condition, the contracts continue.
Well, you just said that the building is not in a livable condition. Therefore, the contract can't continue, can it?
Oh, no. The city has not actually condemned the building yet.
So you want the building condemned? Is that what it is?
Well, I mean, quite honestly, that is a legal maneuver you could use. If you got the building condemned, then yes, you could evict everyone here if you so choose. Unfortunately, you would then be on the hook for all the fees, penalties, and fines that the city would levy against you for owning a derelict building, building in this poor of care.
That is what show companies are for. And suckers like us.
But anyway, as I was saying, page 1 is all that needs to be addressed within the next month.
No, you need to address all these 700 or so pages.
Oh, feel free. There's the contract, pushes it over.
You can't have us sign this if we're already doing that.
Oh, well, if you read the page I'm asking you to sign, it's only pertinent to page 1.
Then why is it all the way in the back with sandwiching all these pages in between it? Page 1 and page last? That makes no sense.
He kind of covers over the microphone on his agent and says, it was one of those form fillable things I got online. That's just where they put the sign page.
All right, stop recording.
Jameis, Elena looking through it. He's not lying. He's not trying to obfuscate anything. The sign page on the back does indeed only refer to page 1 and the conditions being met within a month.
I would try and explain it to Pinball, but I don't think he's caring.
Siren's gonna
Pinball cares about the principle of the matter. They're having a sign.
going to message Pinball.
Okay, go ahead.
Find it. Worst things happens. We don't have to worry about this stupid place anymore.
I'm like, you sign it.
She's gonna initial the S-lock for pen and then initial the front page. And we will meet next week after we have had time to actually review all of these documents to fully sign and let you know what progress we have made on. But until then, we will initial this first page agreeing to the terms there before we sign and agree to the entire document.
That is perfectly reasonable, Gold Siren. Thank you very much.
Pinball, initial the page. In Greek if you have to.
Oh, I worked out what it is. It's that high level of buzzing that's really pissing Pinball off on a level he can't tell.
Yeah, that must be it. And this is going to be an odd check, but I want all of you to make me a body check. And if you have any cyber that makes your hearing particularly acute, let me know, please.
I have audio recording. That's about it.
I got internal agent and radio communicator.
Nah.
I should have got level dampener, but I didn't. Okay, body. Just straight body, nothing else?
Just straight body, nothing else.
Okay, it's a D10 plus body then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this plus a D10, 6 is 12 for me.
Okay.
I'm just going to roll a d10.
Yeah, because there's no body roll ability in this. Ooh, that's not good. But you've got a good body. You've got a good body, Pinball, so that's good.
I got a 9.
Yeah.
Does
okay.
this apply
Oh,
to
you're good.
fumble rules?
Oh, yeah.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Actually, all of you guys are fine. Unfortunately, after Gold Siren signs the document and Sherlock Homie is in the middle of sending everything over electronically to the city, he stands up and his eyes kind of glaze over and he falls down, starts foaming at the mouth and just kind of shuddering violently.
Drug use again. Come on. All right. Pinball, grab his blade. We're going to check his apartment for whatever medication he needs.
What was that he said about eviction quality? Killing people in the hallway. No. About the business that would call the police. Because I remember this Joker making the explosives on the roof.
Don't
He's not
forget
using the
killer
roof
bees.
being outside. Yeah, in the bees. The explosives and the bees. The boom and the bees.
Do we want to make this comedically appropriate for Laszlo to be getting home at this time? To having a spasming Sherlock Homie on the floor? No? No. Oh,
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Or are you asking
Yeah, well,
everybody else?
I'm
Yeah,
hoping
I'm
you're
having
listening
turn
up.
up at this point, yeah.
Okay. Actually, let me have you roll a d10 as well, or a d10 plus your body.
Good thing I have a good body.
Well, I rolled a 6.
What's your body?
My body
Should be at least a
is...
4 or 5.
It's got to be pretty good. Let's have a look.
Hmm.
5. So
Oh,
11
you're
total.
fine too. You don't even notice the high pitch whining at all. But there is a spasming tenant on the floor as you come through
Yeah.
the main entrance.
I see negotiations are going as well as I expected. Yes. Okay.
It wasn't pinball this time.
Oh,
Rackham, your agent pings. The drill has stopped. It has breached the cement.
Ooh,
What are you talking about? I clearly have caused him to have a fit by thinking bad thoughts about it.
Overside, let
No,
me
it's not recording. We're good. You can say that. I don't care.
first aid, I guess, to work him out, to work out
Yeah.
what he's doing, and hey, why is this happening, man? Don't die. Otherwise, we'll have to get another tenant thing, and that will delay us by 8.
ooh.
17.
You might
So
have
you
enough.
take care of the immediate
That's fine.
problems. You stick something in his mouth to keep him from chewing through his tongue. You check him out. Yeah, so it's some kind of inner ear imbalance that's causing him to go into, just having these bad spasms.
Oh,
No idea.
And
what
then
caused
Rackham's
that. I hope his drill's done.
agent tings, and almost coinciding with that ting, he stops spasming. His eyes kind of roll over. He's like just covered in sweat. He looks over to Laszlo.
just stay lying down for at least another 20 minutes while I check you over, etc.
Yep. Seems to be fine now.
Lead over the table, Evan, because we care.
Because we'd have to get another tenant. But okay. I do not know what happened here, but you should stop doing whatever it was you were doing before you did this. Was it negotiating with us? You should stop doing that then. You should definitely stop doing that. If you are allergic to negotiations like this, this is not good.
All right. Yeah, you help me
Fascinating.
to recover. So that's that. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. They just want the essentially the restroom areas on each of the floors and working condition. Right now, they just kind of sporadically work. Sometimes there's water pressure, sometimes they're not. The water is either boiling hot or like freezing cold. There is no in between. The toilets sort of flush. There's like a dispenser of what do you call them, plungers on the wall. They have to plunge them so often that he just installed a dispenser, and it's like 50 cents for each plunger.
Oh. You should be
That's
rolling
where
in
the
the,
money coming from.
I was gonna say we're gonna be rolling in that sweet, sweet plunger money now. Ah. Well,
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
You're gonna go take a look in the hole.
Yep.
Okay. You feed through just an optical camera. Take a look around. It is a 10 by 10 room. The walls they look odd through the light. You're looking at it through. Your probe probably has a light on the end of it. It's sound padded. Like the whole room is sound padded. It's got like thick, almost cushion like materials. And it's very odd because there's like teeth on the wall covered with dampening material. I guess
Sounds baffling.
yeah, well, it is definitely a sound baffling, but it's very odd how it's designed. So the teeth are all different sizes and shapes. You can actually kind of look up at the ceiling. The whole thing, ceiling, floor, and walls are all covered in this. And in the middle of the floor is a single like end table that's got a round top, and sitting on it is just this black cube. The cube is about a 6-inch cube on all sides. That's it. There's nothing else in the room.
Weird. That's just straight up weird. I don't. Sebastian, do you know anything about this? Sebastian explains in plain detail exactly what the wrong means.
So, internet per se doesn't really exist, so it's not like you can't kind of look it up. But I was thinking, what is like what skill would we use in this system for like a general knowledge, like something you might have come across in reading a book?
General education.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, education. Yeah. All of a sudden,
You know what? No, I take it back. Gold Siren would absolutely know what this is, assuming that you're all standing around and looking.
Also, I'd send it out to us saying, anyone know what the hell this thing is?
Yeah. So you've heard about these rooms before, Gold Siren. They are sound dampening to the point where people generally can't spend more than a few minutes in the rooms at the time because it is so quiet that like you can hear the blood running through your own vessels because it dampens out all sound. And it typically drives people insane after being in there for too long.
Sound deprivation torture chamber. And
I forget what they're called. I mean, like these things actually exist. I cannot remember what they're called. Maybe,
Yeah,
let me
I've heard of them as well.
Anechoic chamber.
That's the one.
Anechoic chamber. That's what they are. Non-reflective chamber. Yeah, it stops all reflections of sound, or even electromagnetic waves as well.
Yeah, I remember they had one on Mythbusters, I think, one time to try and work out if a duck's quack echoes or not, so they'd get rid of any echoing sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God we can go in there now to escape from the laugh track from this goddamn sitcom we're in.
Yeah.
Now, is that the size of would that be the size of the entire basement then? Is that? Or was there all room?
Yeah, I mean, that was it. Yeah, it's a 6x6 room. Well, the room was actually a little bit bigger than that. So all of that sound baffling takes up, a good foot of space all around.
So we don't know. No one's seen this black cube before.
Yeah, it's actually hard to get a good, like digitally. It's like it absorbs the light off the end of your camera. It's really hard to get a look at it. It just seems to be like this cube-shaped void.
Oh, I'm curious. but I'm also weary.
Yes, there might be mines down there.
Mimes? Well, I suppose that would be the whisper operator if there's no sound. Miming things.
The insane killer mimes.
Can we see any mimes? Or other theatrical players?
Elena, what is that weird look on your face for?
We'll pop this thing open. And roll the first go down.
That's going to take a while because this drill was just getting a hole and they're not creating a place for us to actually get through. Is there any sign of controls or anything to open up a door or anything like that?
No, like you look at the camera. If there is, it's covered with this sound deafening or sound baffles. So there might be something underneath all that foam and odd shaped wedges, but hard to tell.
I mean, there must be a. I mean, that's probably where we're drilling. A passageway down to the basement to begin with. Yes.
Not that you're seeing.
Right, but there must be on the plans.
Yeah, on the plans there was a set of double doors flush to the floor that opened up, and there was a set of wood stairs. But the stairs are gone, the doors are gone, and the whole entrance had just been cemented over.
So he did this for a reason.
Yep. We're going to open it up and expose whatever this plot point is.
Oh boy.
I wish we had our netrunner here and he wasn't off somewhere.
Why would that help?
Well, because it might be, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of
because we could
things
send them
put
in first.
There. I mean,
oh, you think you could karate chop the concrete open?
maybe.
Everybody knows cinder blocks and wooden boards are the natural enemies of the karateka.
Yep. Gold would also be able to tell you that you've already breached the chamber. Like your hole that you just put in the ceiling has already changed the acoustics in there.
Yeah.
There's no audio signal coming through.
Oh, it's dead. Like it's.
Well, that's no, just said we breached it. So has that created a place to allow for some sort of audio signal to come through?
Yeah, you're hearing. Well, I mean, the hole isn't that big, so but you are hearing. Man, I don't, the sound baffling is good enough that you can't hear yourselves up here. You can't hear yourselves moving over the floor. Probably why the cement was so thick and so dense, so that there wouldn't be any vibrations.
Sound in and of the room itself.
Right. No, it's completely silent.
All right.
Maybe we can get some of those sound dampener things off the walls, put them in the rooms, because I'm tired of hearing my upstairs neighbors walk across the ceiling at night. It makes me very weary.
Well. I mean, are you talking about the common area or your pod? Because if you put it in your pod, you will not be able to fit into your pod.
This is true, but probably the common area where most of the people are doing the walking around anyway.
But then it will fill up the space, and we won't be able to have the giant eagle and anything else that is.
Ugh, the giant eagle is. We cannot sacrifice the giant eagle. This is true. I know we will put it on the upper floor's floor, and they will just have to walk on it.
I can talk to the Johnny No Name over at the construction to see about getting some more better tools to access this, but I have no idea what it is. In the meantime, someone want to get Gus woken up?
Actually, Gus is coming down. He's got his clipboard. He's looked at everything. And he tells you that, it's actually not so bad. If you don't care that the pipes are on the external wall and we don't have to hide it or anything, it's still up to code doing it that way. It's just unsightly. But if you want to do it that way, it's actually not that expensive at all. Here are the figures.
Pipes on the outside and reinforce them slightly. Can we use that to climb up and down the outside to replace our fire escape?
Oh yeah. And I'm not saying this because we've done it before or anything, but we can conveniently space the U-links so that they're almost like ladder rungs, just within the span of a normal foot and handhold.
Let's do that.
I'm not saying that's been done before, but
I don't see why you wouldn't do that. That sounds excellent. You should do that.
Yeah, and if I remember what we got in our latest haul, I think we can set you up for pretty good. Say, he looks it over. It's just like, I figure boss is going to give you the friends discount, right? So that's plus 10%, and
yeah. Hey, you don't want the discount because he discounts your whole body.
Well, that's the friends markup is 10%. Like, if you're not friends, it's a 50% markup.
Exactly. You don't want the discount because they just discount your entire body from the situation.
Yeah, and this is yeah. So this is going to be it's going to be a digital transfer, untraceable, right? We're looking at the under the table sort of thing. Okay, so we could probably do this for good and call it plus time. You going to install it yourself? I mean, we can give you the plans, we can give you a discount on that, but otherwise looks like $25K to do the whole job. We can cut about $8K off if you want to do the work yourself.
What would your timeline be if you did it? I mean, I'm happy to do it myself because I got the skills. But what would the thing?
Well, I mean, pardon me for listening in on your little meeting here and all. I mean, you can save yourself $8K by doing this, but I don't think you can get it done in a month if it's you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I can get it done in a month either.
And of course, if we do it, the code inspection certificate will come along with it too. Guaranteed genuine seal.
Genuine, not human meat. Yeah.
Well, no. It's a real seal. I mean, it may not belong to this particular building, but it'll pass code inspection.
Pinball sounds good. Pay the man.
No. We just need material cost up front. So, $5K to get us started.
Yeah, Lena, pay the man. He's your friend.
You're the one in charge of all the building maintenance.
Oh, give me the money then.
I mean, not to drag this out of character, but I did say that I would be happy to stump up the money for this, so long as
we all got money. That's not the problem. The problem is just comedically bantering it back and forth.
But you were all spending it on stuff, and I am not.
Actually, there's like 5 of us, isn't there?
Yeah, we all got 500,000 each, so that's not the problem. If you just want to lean over, Laszlo, and just deal with it while we're bickering, feel free. So if Laszlo just goes here, done. Yeah.
All right. And considering the hostilities I saw between you and the tenants, I don't guess you care if we start around midnight, right?
We prefer
no, I do not. That makes sense.
No,
I mean, most of them are working.
They want this done as soon as possible, so yeah, it works out.
I feel like we should be raising the rent now. I mean, they're being very uppity. You always said they were going.
You would have to look over the list.
Demanding things are up to code. What is this?
It's never met it before. They think they can book all over us. Let's sue them. Show them who it's for.
I mean, presumably they're breaking the lease now, anyway? By bringing this up with us?
Yes, I think they are. They must be.
Either all of the lease applies or none of the lease applies. So, I mean...
It's not a condemned building, so the lease isn't broken at the moment. So unless they go around killing someone now, then it doesn't count.
Oh, I thought they had a clause about not interfering with, like, the landlord's stuff or something that they had with Ollivander.
Not interfering with... Well, they're not interfering with the landlord's stuff.
I don't know.
The building is our
live
stuff.
in here, so they are.
With it.
So I mean,
no, that part of the contract was specifically with Ollivander, non-transferable to new owners.
Yeah.
That contract.
All right. So that's over with. Oh, and the other thing Gus tells you is like, yeah, you can if you want, you can borrow one of our cement saws. It'll take a while to cut through there, but yeah, we got equipment that'll do it.
Yeah, we want to find out what this thing is, and that sounds interesting. Sure, I'm sure it won't come back to bite us at all.
All right, so let's segue over as Gold Siren has a meeting with her lawyers. You going by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. You dressing the part or you dressing down?
I would like to appear professional.
Appear professional, or do you want to appear as Gold Siren professional? As in, are you wearing your stage gear, or are you just going in looking professional?
Just looking professional.
Okay. All right. In which case, we will avoid that. And you, right on time. Actually, he has a meeting with you in the cafeteria of their law firm, which surprisingly is a really nice bistro. They got all kinds of different coffees from the neighborhood local growers. They've got some fabulous chefs on hand. Today's special is clam chowder and a nice beef sandwich on rye. It's all done buffet style, so you load up your plates if you wish to eat. He certainly does. He's talking to you on his lunch break. He's not charging you for this. This is kind of a favor he's doing because he was Ollivander's lawyer. But now it's where he talks about what you might need legally. He's like, well, Gold, I went over all the filings that have been put out against yourself, and it's Farmer McDonald, it seems, with the McDonald Corporation. He's got surprisingly deep pockets. He's already started a media campaign, kind of a I guess you would call it grassroots, to really just destroy your name, Gold. He's citing all kinds of studies that say that it's your music that tainted his soybeans. I mean, it sounds preposterous, but he's apparently hired some really big name scientists to say that this is kind of true, and whether it is or not, it's kind of already out there in the general zeitgeist of things. It honestly, Gold, it doesn't look good for you. I'm pretty sure he's going to use you as the sacrificial lamb and push it off on your music and yourself.
All right, they're on my planet. Blame it on the corpse.
On the other hand, may I make some suggestions, Gold? I used to actually be in the promotional business. Well, not me myself, but my grandfather. You remember that icon not so long ago, Johnny Silverhand? My father's father used to do some promotion for him. Got him started in the biz, and if I could offer just a little bit of advice to you, double down on it. Say it absolutely was your music. That it's just so radical that it can affect change in soybeans. Just dig into it. Go for it.
Not at all the image we're going for.
Well, it's just a thought. If you'd like to engage the legal services here, I can put you in touch with somebody that'll do a great job for you. But I got to say, Mr. McDonald has some really deep pockets, and he's already on the offensive. You're kind of a step behind at this point. Do you have a media person? Do you got somebody out there that is minding your brand?
I should. I'm paying him.
Apparently not enough. Okay. Well, are you interested in engaging our legal services in this? Again, I'm afraid our prices really are not reasonable, but we're good. We're really good. Mr. McDonald, however, also has really good lawyers.
Well, yes, as he is deciding not to work with me and rather against me, I'm going to need a little more assistance than I had previously assumed. But I believe I would like to entertain the prospect of employing your firm.
Well, your agent goes off. All of our pricing sheets are here. Of course, this is per meeting, and if we have to go to court over anything, those additional costs are there as well. And just as a favor, I have slid across the dossier that we've built up on Mr. McDonald. Knowing your collaboration with Mr. Ollivander, I thought you might find this useful. Maybe you can resolve things out of the courts.
Yes, that would be nice.
You kind of have the feeling that he's done stuff like this for Ollivander before.
Good. Filling them Ollivander's places. It's working out for me.
Yep. Does Gold want anything out of this meeting?
No. She's going to make sure that they'd be willing to take on her case, and she knows there's an entirely different case than she's on.
Yep. The rates are very high, especially if it does need to go to trial. If you just need papers served, those are more reasonable. But if it actually has to go to trial, it's quite expensive.
Right,
More than Gold has. Let's put it that way. The preliminary stuff, the paper filing and all that, you could cover it. It would hurt, but you could cover it.
All right, yeah. I'll get the dossier and get my team to look it over.
As well, enjoy the buffet. We've got some excellent cooks down here. Try the different coffees, and we've got the juice bar over there. If you need anything else, all the contact information for the lawyers that we would be putting on your case are in the paperwork. Oh, one other thing. He hands over like a key fob, like it's a little RFID device, and you get another text over your pan. This is also part of Ollivander's legacy. This was in a separate file, but I expect that you'll need this if you're going to continue on with Ollivander's market services.
Appreciate the assistance.
It is a lockbox on the college campus. It's a storage business that rents out boxes. So yeah, you're given the address, you're given the key fob.
Right. Yeah, I'll get your taxi there on the way. Or head back to the cube.
Sure. If you pop in, it is a very well ran establishment. They do have security. It is on the college campus, so it's a nice neighborhood as far as things go. You open up the box, and all there is there's kind of a wood box that's got 5 agents in it.
All right, I'll go and take the box and the agents.
Okay.
I know exactly what the agents for.
All right. Meanwhile, Rackham, the cement cutting device has been delivered.
Ooh.
It's a brutal piece of tech. It's heavy. It's industrial. Wakes you up just a little bit.
All right, let's get this set up.
You want to just proceed to cutting?
I want to sort of get at that. I'm not so much worried about the noise, but sort of that it's probably going to make a mess and stuff. So I want to make it sure it's going to be all contained in the area and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're
stuff.
cutting the floor inside of a janitorial closet, so I mean, it is contained as far as that goes.
Yeah, I'll go out and get myself a proper pair of earmuffs.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And just for fun, make me a roll for just general mechanical use.
Basic tech. Ooh.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah. You cut the rectangle in the floor, a square in the hole, and it drops down below. I assume you use that pilot hole as a catch so that the cement doesn't just drop right on top of that black box you saw down
Yeah,
below.
I would have made sure that it was positioned properly. That I
Okay.
would do that.
Yeah, I mean, you open it up. There's a particularly sanitized kind of smell coming from down there, like a disinfectant kind of smell. And the little black cube, now that you've removed a large section of the foam and the baffles, there must be like displays on it or something, because you can see like scrolling text. You're several feet above it, and you see scrolling text going around the sides, swirls of color.
Okay. I just want to check something. Oh, that. All right. I have cyber optic eyes, so I'm going to zoom in on the text so I can look at it from a distance.
Okay, it looks like some kind of booting sequence.
Ooh, nifty. Crap. I just sort of now thought of things I should have been doing. Well, I'll let it boot up because it's too late now for it to think about what I should have done with things. Namely, I should have had some RF shielding nearby so I could stop the evil signals coming through. Too late now. Yeah, because it's some of the concrete's falling through. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So you're looking down at it. You're 7 feet up. It's a couple of feet off the floor. And again, the only thing in the room is just like this end table with a round top and this really dark cube sitting on top. 6-inch cube, 6-inch square all the way around. And now that light is filtering down there, the cube is oddly black. Kind of like that, what is it called? Vanta black, where it just kind of absorbs light, and it's just really dark, except for scrolling text. Yeah. And the little table it's sitting on literally looks like it came out of somebody's bedroom that was just like a nightstand that was on. It's like all scarred up. It's like a secondhand piece of crap furniture.
Pinball, are you available? Are you around?
Oi, what is it, Lena? Did you send in the guinea pig Neopet?
No, but I'm going to go have a look at it, but I want you nearby from a distance to shoot it if something goes wrong.
All right, we can negotiate my fee. It is like 5 amber bullets. Well, a simple shooting of thing. If it is a person, it is more. But, if it's a very annoying thing, like maybe a tenant, price is negotiable.
You probably get down here now.
Oh, it's the basement thing. I'll be there.
Yeah. So because I'm going to go down and be up close to it, but I'll put more nearby. If something starts happening that we're not wearing of,
so right as you're about to go down, and I'm sure you just hook up some kind of harness and rope to drop the 7 feet to the floor. Gold, you just come back from your disappointing meeting with the lawyer. You're probably still looking over the fee sheets. It's like, man, you got into the wrong racket.
I'm coming to range. Hey, Pinball, what's your going price for a head?
Is it a tenant? As I was just telling Elena, very negotiable for annoying tenants. It really depends. Oh, it's a more fancy pants person. Oh, well, it is more negotiable. If we are going to in the city, do I need to take care of their security? Is there extra people I do not mean to kill, but will have to kill anyway to kill them, like bodyguards? Do you want it messy? Do you not care? Do you just want them dead? Do you want me to do it as a drive-by? There are many variables.
While this conversation is going on, Rackham has lowered herself into the room, no longer soundproof.
Does Leslie want to be around for shits and giggles? No, Richard's off to his own.
Nah.
Laszlo's actually going to all the other floors to check out how many quarters are in the dispensers of the plungers.
Yeah. Gotta get that sweet, sweet plunger money somehow. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Apparently, Ollivander was also charging for the toilet paper, soap, and
It's not charging us for any of that,
nope,
right? Oh.
nope.
Ooh.
Your bathrooms were
Special,
dispenser
no?
free.
That's because my gun has bullet dispenser in the forward.
We have the
directions.
3 shells in our area.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you were also not given instructions on what to do with the 3 shells either. So, yeah, who knows?
Everybody knows. I mean, it's so obvious. We don't need to describe it here.
Rackham, so you touched. How careful are you being? Like, are you going to stand on the floor?
Yeah, I'll stand on the floor. I'll
Okay.
probably even put my hands on that table as I peer close to it. I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. So
Also,
the little.
see if I can detect any local Wi-Fi signal or anything.
Okay, so a couple of things happen. First of all, when you touch the floor, the baffling material seems to be made of stiffened foam, so it like just crunches under your feet. You pretty much destroy it by stepping on it. And as you pull out your agent to kind of scan for any things, your agent is quickly running out of power as all the metric screens are coming up. It's being sucked. The data is being sucked right out of your agent. It's like you're seeing the screens just flashing by of every document, every video, everything you have stored on your phone is being siphoned through, and it's such a high rate that the battery, you can watch the little battery signal deplete as this is going on. The phone is hot as its processors are being overdriven.
Well, there's no attacking in my local cyberware then. Okay. So, but it's just currently the screen's just going through.
Yeah, you can't use your agent currently because all of its processing is being taken up as all the info on it is being browsed
I
through.
don't know if I should mention, I have an internal agent as well.
Mhm.
As in, I have one in my head.
Yeah.
So
I
that heating
assume
up as
that
well?
for it to work as an agent, it has to work like an agent. So in other words, it has a radio antenna, transmitter, whatever.
Yeah,
But
is that heating up as well? Because that's heating up directly inside my head.
I don't remember in this version or not if you can buy things with firewalls. Does it have a firewall?
I just got whatever the basic agent is off the
No, but you can't
menu.
have
Where is it? Spooky programs. I just have the basic setup, so
then,
probably
yeah, if it has a firewall, it's a basic off-the-shelf firewall, which means your head agent is being rifled through as well, becoming very uncomfortable. Of course, those things have limiters, so you're not going to fry your brain pan as it goes to overload.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna probably reach out and try and hit the thing to stop it.
You hit it. It is surprisingly solid. It feels like stone. It's denser and heavier than you expected, but the little nightstand is very flimsy. And the thing was precariously balanced on it. It's top heavy now. So you hit it and it goes rolling on the floor, smashing more of that foam sound dampening material. Nothing's changed though. Actually, both agents, it's rifled through all of your info and your agents are back online as normal. And you're showing that there is a signal coming from the cube.
Is Pinball knows if he's nearby at top of the hole? Is anything of his been attacked?
No.
Okay, it's just me.
Yeah, the signal's very weak, like a near field kind of communicator sort of thing.
No, my agent is fine, Elena. Why are you asking? Do you want me to shoot the thing?
You just saw Elena kind of backhand the thing and it go moving across the floor. She seems to be fine, but she just knocked it off the little table.
That's the mark of real tech right there.
Or maybe you don't see it as you're having this conversation about exactly how much a bullet out of Pinball's gun will cost to kill Farmer McDonald.
I don't know what the term is. Open up the radio signal, whatever the connect to it.
Okay. It looks like it's passive. Like you can detect that it's there is a near field network, but like there's nothing to log into.
Are there interface plugs?
You want to pick it up?
Oh, well, I've already touched it at this point. Yeah.
Okay. You pick it up. It is for something. It's a 6-inch square cube. It is surprisingly dense. It is slick. It's cold to the touch.
Huge.
You do occasionally see flares of like green phosphorus go across it. Occasionally it's words. Occasionally it's a picture. But for the most part, it just, you don't see any controls. You're not even exactly sure how you're seeing the text on it. It's not. It's like it's just under the surface of whatever the stone material is.
Is this some kind of Borgware or advanced cybertechware?
I'm sorry,
Huh.
what was that, Elena? You're in the very quiet room. I can't hear you up here.
Look, is there any sign of interface plug access?
No, it's completely smooth on all 6 sides. The edges are also very sharp, not like cut your hand sharp, but it's very sharply made, engineered very precisely.
Oh, in for a penny for a pound. Hey, Bimble, help me back up. I'm going to bring this up.
Bring what up? Oh, you found a mysterious omnious cube. It's Oh man.
So the other thing you figured out by smashing it, the foam is about a foot thick. So this is a 7x7 room.
Ooh. Fortunately, I can't use it as an underground garage because it's not big enough.
It must have just been a storage room.
Have to dig out a bigger basement.
Are you going to look at, as I'm helping her out of the hole, are you going to dig out the foam so to see if there are any doors or anything underneath it?
As you're helping Elena out, your pocket becomes very hot as your agent starts to overload.
I said, and I toss it into the hole.
Let me ask a question since I'm right there with them. I'm assuming my agent's going to get it just the same.
How close are you?
I was having a conversation face to face with.
No, your agent's fine. Pinball reached out a hand, so he's close enough to be in physical proximity of Elena, like he's holding Elena when this happened. If you're just like a foot or two away, like conversational distance, yours is fine.
Okay, once I see him throw his phone, I'm going to back up a little bit.
You seen anything like this before, Pinball?
Yes, on television show from the 90s. It was, let's see, a spaceship, very mysterious. Sometimes time travel was involved sometimes, but it was much bigger. This must be the scale model that they used. No, wait, that was just various pieces of model plastic glued together. This is tink tink, very solid. Do you think it is bulletproof? Should I shoot it?
It looks like it's some kind of tech. I don't know if it's military or next-gen Borgware or what.
Do you think it is aliens?
No, that's the other game. Yeah, you know. Then why would it be aliens?
You know, whoever.
It's got English text on it, or whatever understandable language text.
Well, if they crossed the border from Canada, they'd be Canadian aliens. Also, everybody knows everywhere speaks English. I mean, my parents immigrated from
It's currently
Turkey.
executing something called autoexec.bat.
Yeah.
Oh, can you do the typing of the hello world thing onto it?
Probably get it to run Doom.
Yeah, you can run Doom on anything.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Our refrigerator plays Doom and Morrowind and Neverwinter Nights and all those other games from the ages ago. What's the one with the Dragonborn yelling all the time?
It has stopped having any display on it. It's just a heavy black cube. You know, so again, 6-inch square cube.
Mhm.
It weighs maybe a solid 5 pounds.
Yeah, I've got a prop I can use to represent this.
Is it a 5-pound weight?
Yes.
So what's everyone doing?
How much money am I making from the plungers? Oh, I must be rolling in it so much money by now.
You have gotten tens of dollars.
Woo! Wait, I got dollars? I didn't think we used
Is it-
dollars. In
Or
this,
yeah, whatever
Could
whatever the
Yeah.
currency is. Yep. Yeah, except
Is
it
that-
has
Oh,
except it has no symbols on it. It's just like this,
you bought that, did you?
so
Nice.
black it kind of hurts. Look to it. It doesn't
So-
want you to put it into the what is it called, the pain configuration or the
Well, a mint configuration.
yes,
Yeah.
there we go.
Such sights
Have you
that this black
tried-
box will have to show you.
Have you tried the bop it thing, where you twist it, bop it, shake it?
Oh, do you knock on it?
Yeah, sure. At this
Uh,
point.
Where you knock on it, there's like a phosphor trail that your knuckles leave.
Yeah.
It stops as soon as you're not
Oh.
hitting it.
Touch interface.
You do that, and it does make a phosphor trail, but you're not exactly sure what the interface is, but it's responding to your touch.
I just hold it there for a moment to see if it sort of like it's junk or anything.
Nope.
No, it's just maybe a time-based thing. The longer you hold it, the more.
Do you have a cyber arm?
Has a
I
tool
have
hand.
I have a tool hand.
You have a tool hand. Okay.
I don't have a cyber arm, but you don't need a cyber arm to have a tool hand.
Okay.
She basically has a cyber hand.
Your diagnostic software for your cyber hand comes up on the cube.
Oh, that's neat.
Yes, but is it profitable or is it a paperweight?
Yes. I do actually have in my area somewhere a full-on tech scanner. So the next step is to go use
You want to take it back to your work center?
Yeah.
Okay. We will do a cut in time while while Rackham gets just gets super involved with this for a few hours. What are the rest of you guys doing? So it's like noon at this point.
And reviewing the
So-
folder on McDonald.
Okay.
So let me see this information on this McDonald that I have to kill.
Yeah. So he was actually a corporate bigwig. He cashed out, sold out his share of a corporation, got into the soy market, and has been making a killing on it. His soy protein is used in most of the major brand name foods that you buy out of vending machines, pre-prepared meals, etc. He's like, his company in Night City, probably 75% of the corporations use his soybeans. So when a batch of it got infected with something, it was a big deal. There was a lot of people that got sick. Few people died.
And he's explain it to me, Goldie. Is he trying to pin this on you somehow?
So as you're looking the information up, you find all kinds of like undernet stories of like Gold Siren's music kills. New punk is lethal. Stories like that.
Totally should go into it. Lean into it solidly.
I was going to say, no PR is bad PR.
Yeah, I'm sure you do have the responses like Gold Siren's so metal that it infects our food. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. There's a lot of responses of folks that are like, "Oh, we should boycott Gold Siren." Other folks are like, "No, this is amazing."
Quick, buy all the MP3s and then burn them all onto
Mhm.
USBs and throw them in fires or something. Yes, that is the way you get the music out of the hands of the kids.
Some people have started making the special wrappers for the soy burritos that are like, "Is this burrito your turn to die? Find out!" And it's got Gold's picture up front with a thumbs up.
Not even getting a percentage off of those.
You are actually. You were making money from it.
I should jump into this in both feet. Just full A. Rooting out corporate corruption. My music just.
Do it. Do it.
Anything in that folder about any of his suppliers, people he deals with?
Yes, it actually lists the farms around Night City. That this is all like direct information. McDonald himself doesn't live in Night City at all, but this is his factories here that processes the soy, and the farms are just to the north of Night City. Of course, he's got these outside of other major cities as well. But the media campaign against you, or supposedly against you, is just being done in the local area. It was just this batch that was infected, in other words. His other batches in other places are fine. It was just this one. And since Gold Siren lives in Night City, obviously you're the culprit.
All right.
All right, so you guys are going over the documents. So it would require a plane trip or a bus ride or whatever to get to Mr. Farmer McDonald's actual location. His plant in the area. You've got location information for that. You've got location information for his farms, which are just to the north of the military base, by the way.
Always freaking north now.
Laszlo, you have used your agent to pull all the credits from the machines.
Yeah. Paying back that $5,000 I just paid out for the materials. I'm slowly making it back. All right.
You're about 4,550 short.
Well, I'll make it back eventually. Only another. I don't know. Depending. Oh no, we're fixing it up. The plunger money's going to be drying up soon. No. Oh well. I guess I'll have to go back to my day job to make money again.
I don't know, you just charge for the good paper.
I guess as there's no paper money in Night City anymore, they can't be wiping their asses with that.
It's all bidets now. It's all bidets.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go down and find out what the rest of the people are doing here now that I've hoovered up all the plunger money.
Okay. Well, by this time, Rackham has gone to her workbench and has been working on that, while Gold and Pinball are apparently negotiating a hit. And the janitor's closet has a big hole in it now.
Put up like a cone or something.
You know, that 7x7 room is larger than your coffins. You know, just saying.
Did not escape my notice. Also, sounds like it's quiet down there.
I mean, it's
Place to
somewhere.
put the bodies.
It's somewhere for Gold Siren to try her music before she infects us with whatever it is that's infecting all those soybeans. I don't want to die due to Gold Siren's music.
Good way to go, though.
No. I don't want to be turned into an infected soybean.
All right. Well, if you guys have nothing else you want to do there, Rackham, after about an hour's worth of tooling around with it, you find that its communication only extends out a few inches over the surface. But if you lay something down that has memory and has access, it starts pulling data and starts making a connection with it. You scan the item, you can't. Whatever the material is blocks your scanners from seeing the internals of this cube.
Okay.
You do find out also that it has one of the reasons it was put into a sound baffled environment is it produces energy from sound and motion. So like the cube itself is very sensitive to vibrations, and when it vibrates, it charges itself. It also is likely voice controlled, you're thinking, because the material itself is very what's the word, vibratory, like sound at all around it has an influence on the cube.
Oh, just try on, activate, start, menu, boot up.
Yeah, there's a display. It looks like a prompt, like an old school prompt. Ooh. Like how the networks used to be before the new it's like all coding is done with one code language now in Cyberpunk Red because the old systems got infected with AIs and viruses that were lethal. Okay, so you've seen some pictures of what the old interfaces look like. That's the old interface. That's pre yeah.
Yeah, oh, Alice. Is it Linux or DOS-based?
Yeah. It's BIOS.
Yeah. Finally, we had some kind of net hacker who knew how to use programming languages. Oh, well.
But it responds to your voice when you tell it to activate, turn on, whenever you use any kind of, wording like that, you get a prompt.
History, options.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how much you want me to do this.
Yeah, menu comes up. It seems to understand what the language you're speaking is translated. So English is what's showing up on the interface. It's really dense menu choices, and you find that you can scroll through it using your finger. But essentially, just lay a device on it. It will pull the data. It can do extrapolation and interpretation of the data. It has a lot of other options in these menu fields as well. And apparently a tremendous amount of storage. But its communication range is just a few inches from the cube.
This would be a nifty thing to put on cast to work out what exactly the details are with some of the stuff going on under the hood. All the stuff that the manufacturers don't want you to know about. Let's access it. Put it
Wait a minute.
Does this
mean
we have
a hacker now?
What was that, Steven?
Does this mean we have a proper netrunner now?
Sorry, Marius, you've been replaced by a black cube.
So you're playing around with the menu, and the screen goes black for a moment, and then there's a query. It asks, "What year is this?"
Sure. I'm actually, James is thinking this is actually one of the rogue AIs. But Elaine is going to be trusting and go, the year is whatever.
Actually, I mean, it's already pulled out the data, right? So it must know.
It might also best be testing me to see if I'm willing to cooperate.
Yep. It gives you a menu of choices, and it asks you, which user are you? So it's pulled from your phone, so it's got your credentials on there. It has pulled some data from Pinball's phone, so Pinball's data is in there. Ollivander's real name is in there, as well as just a list of 20 other names that you don't recognize.
I'll select mine.
Okay. Little identity thing comes up. It's got an outline of a thumb.
Oh.
Yep. Scans for a moment, and then that's it. That's all it does.
Also, add access user Sebastian. Sort of forefront.
So now you all know that Rackham uses Sebastian as her key for digital devices. So, yeah. Yeah, so you play around with it. You have no idea.
No, I was like, this will distract Elena for a while, so
yeah,
move on to next thing. Onto the night market. Oh wait, we've only got like 20 minutes to go. So
yeah. So that is the next. That is the next thing
before.
on the docket. Is that Skunk gets back to you with the location, sends you over the access code to get into the parking garage that's over by the marina area. If you want to look it over before the night market is due to open. The other thing is Gold Siren. You got this wooden tray with all these agents on it. They're set up for the night market. So essentially, when people come into the night market, there's an agent that acts as like a pirate box. It broadcasts the catalog of what's being sold in the night market. Of course, you don't want to use your own agent for this. So Ollivander has a box of agents that are set up to do the cataloging for the night market. That you need to connect it to. You have the information for all the sellers, so you've got to connect one of these agents up to your list so that all that information can come down, and that's your catalog. That's your night market catalog.
Yes.
The C book, CBK. Yeah, it's something that just came out. One of the supplements for Cyberpunk Red. They have a section on night markets. So it's your digital catalog, tells you where to go in the night market. Like a map of your night market comes up telling you where you can find certain things, what's for sale, all that information. And you establish it with a local network, limited range. There you go. So, what do you want to do?
I mean, that's kind of directed at you, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, you're setting it up right now because the people ain't here yet. But
Well, do you want to go check it out beforehand? Is more the question.
yeah, just make sure it's defensible. All that. Hey, Pinball, you want to make sure something's defensible?
Yes. I do feel like rousting out tenants and stuff from some location that is not ours. I have a lot of aggression to release at the moment. They
Use
dare
defensive,
come
okay?
to me with paperwork. Paperwork, Goldie. They wanted me to sign something.
And your agent's still at the bottom of that room that you've unearthed.
It's gone.
Also, I need to get my phone back. One moment. I probably have a message waiting for me. I need to suit up to go on a very dangerous excursion to the basement. Get out, my lovely Militech Crusher shotgun. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Let's see.
Pinball kits
Yes.
up to go into the 7x7 room.
Yes, this seems like a job for the assault rifle. This very dangerous. The assault rifle. Let me bring the sword.
You barely fit through the hole cut in the cement. All right, you retrieve your cell phone. Is there anything else you want to do down there while you're down there? Again, the only thing in the room was this soundproofing material and this little nightstand that had just been kicked over. There's nothing else in here. Of course, the wall, ceiling, and floor are all covered in this baffling material.
Well, that is the thing. I would take out the baffling and check the most likely spots on the wall for doors.
Okay. Well, you spend some time. You pull off the baffling. You have to pretty much destroy it. The stuff was custom made to fit, and it was never intended to be removed. So you pretty much are having to rip it off the walls.
That's why I have a sword. It helps me pry it off.
Yeah, you really can't because it was all stuck on with glue and the foam is brittle. So it's just you're just hacking it off, ripping it off.
Don't worry, if you just pile it up in a little pile
Yep.
around the cube, it'll be fine.
A couple of things you notice. One, the floor has a drain in it. Kind of odd. It's a drain in the floor. You start pulling the stuff off the walls. All four walls are covered in mural, a really well hand painted mural design. It's of Night City.
The drain, was the drain covered by the material
Yes.
as well?
Yeah, everything was covered by this soundproofing material.
Well, I mean, this is right below the janitor closet, so I guess maybe the drain wasn't that odd. Though, presumably, I would see the drain for the janitor closet in a pipe or something on the wall.
No. There's just a drain in the floor. There's a drain hole in the floor with like a little grating over it. Nothing on the walls other than this mural that's been painted. Very, it was painted by hand. Oil paint is what it looks like. Just a stunning view of Night City at night with the buildings intact. They stretch into the sky more than the 3 or so stories that you get now because most of the buildings were leveled.
Look at this. They used oils on this. Madness. They clearly should have used acrylics. And probably a cement paint to fix it afterwards, a sealant. But no, they used oils. Madmen.
Yep.
And I have ruined it by pulling the glue that was adhered to it off.
No, it's the murals was protected by, as you're saying, it had a coating over it. So there's just glue patches still stuck on the coating. Like you could scrape it all off and the murals would be fine.
Amazing. My foresight to protect the murals has come into fruition. I was very careful with it.
If you scrape I assume that you do a thorough job and you scrape it off the ceiling. The ceiling is the night sky.
No, I wouldn't worry about the ceiling as of yet. The ceiling's just, other than what I've pulled off at the corner of the wall, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ceiling's not in the way, or probably not hiding a door.
Yeah, but no doors, no other way in or out. Like you can see on the floor where the mounting bolts were for the stairs. The blueprint showed like wooden stairs that came down through here. You can see the two mounting screws where the screws would have been. They were cut flush though, so that the sound baffling material would have been put on top. But you can see where the stair was mounted. But there's no other entrances or exits here.
Yes, and now I have to do amazing athletics to be able to jump and climb out of here.
I assumed you just used the chain or rope that Rackham used to get down here.
No, why do that when I can do parkour?
It's just 7 feet. I mean, you just jump a little bit, grab the edge.
Exactly.
Yep.
I got to make use of my athletic skills somehow. I do that, and I'm like, I leave it all in a pile. It's like, yeah, we'll pick it up in a... Well, it's not as good as it used to be, but, just put it in a pillow maybe, shove something inside of it inside a sack. It'll be fine.
Sure. So you got your phone back. All right, Gold, you want to go check out the location? Does everybody want to go check out the location?
Yeah, send out open invitation if anybody else wants to come with.
Yeah. This is the marina. It's a pretty good part of town. It is in a parking garage that is currently got signs up saying that it's under construction. Skunk has told you that they stole those signs from other places. They use this area as like a meeting place of their own. They have it looking very discouraging for people to come in. Like there are signs that says danger, cement may fall from above, look for falling cement, stuff like that.
We'll have to adjust how many of those signs we have when people are actually coming, and I'll scare people off.
Mm-hmm. So on the map that's been staring at you the entire time, there are some old cars that are still parked here. And you can tell that people have been using them to sleep in. Like they've either removed the seats or they've push the seats completely down. You can see where people have had small cook fires where they would just, cook here, etc. Skunk said they'd leave some tables and some lights for you. So there are some electric lights that are scattered around for you to use, several tables and chairs for you guys to use. The electrical is they tapped into City Electric, so they're siphoning it off from the building next door. So they tell you, try not to use a huge load because that's more detectable, but you've got electricity to use. It's not a multiple floor parking garage. It is a single floor. And on this area here is a, what would you call it? It's one level up, and like there's a loft that used to be an office up in there. The door is shattered. It looks like it had rats in it at some point in time. And then this right here is a low wall that comes up maybe 3 feet off the ground.
Small partition.
Yep. And then the only way in and out is, well, you can kind of see the arrows here. So it's this direction.
Are we missing part of the map? Did you not load in the full map?
I'm sorry, do what?
Did you not load in the full map?
No, I did. It just cuts off right there.
Because 2 and 3 aren't on the map either. So I'm just.
Oh, they're not. Oh,
the image continues off to the left.
Okay. Well, I'll have to fix that for the next time. Yeah.
Yeah, likely it's just not centered.
Yeah. Actually,
Go
let
to
me
the
hold
map
on.
layer.
Well, I thought I did though. I may have chopped the image incorrectly. Yeah, I think I just chopped the image incorrectly. Yeah, there's no more of the image. That's all the image. I will fix that
Next time.
next time, because we're almost at time. But there you go. So as far as defensibility,
hey, wait a minute, Skunk, there's half the building missing.
There's only one way in and out for vehicles. The 2 round things on the floors are sewer access, and that's how Skunk's people get in and out.
All right. Let's see. So I get there. I start doing a security sweep.
Mhm.
See if there's any people left. And I'm on the lookout for various defensives, like, mines people could step on, booby traps.
Sure.
Those sort of things,
I tell you what, give me a roll.
All right. I think this is threat detection, so my full perception will be on display. Let's see. Do I add luck since it's the end of the session? No. Just going with a 20. It's pretty good.
No. You do see where some cameras had been installed, and Gold, they did tell you about this because they, before they come up out of the manholes, which they lock from underneath, so that people can't come down into their domain, they use the cameras to check out to see if the coast is clear. They told you they would shut them off. Can't really tell if they have or not because they're hardwired, but the lights are off on them.
Oh, black plastic bag will fix that either way. So bag over tape it.
Yeah.
A lot of our clients
Otherwise,
appreciate cameras.
Yep. Pinball, it's clear. This loft apartment up here gives a really good overview of the entire parking garage. You can see the entrance exit, which is the same area, and you can see all the parking lot from up there.
Does it have a busted out window?
Yes, all the windows are busted out.
Perfect for shooting out of. Because it's like I will set up a mine here. I have a claymore against the door. I will have a sniper's nest here to be able to shoot the people in the like ducks in the barrel. Or is it fish in the pond? What? Yes.
Are you okay?
It's like, you do realize you're letting customers and dealers in and out. Like, this isn't
Yes, I'm fine. I've just had a trying day. Paperwork, I'm telling you. When paperwork is involved, pinball is not okay. You think I became an edge runner to file taxes and city ordinances? No. No, I did not.
All right, so you guys got like another day before the night market goes off. You've already sent out all the dealers have accepted that you're running it now. All the regular dealers, anyway. You've already started the regulars. He's basically got a newsletter for all the regulars and then the people that just learn of it from word of mouth. That's all gone out. Is there anything else you want to do?
Probably try to find a generator for anything that might need a bigger load.
Try to find a generator. Okay, well, Rackham's got an end for that. She knows the construction people can get a bigger generator.
Otherwise, see what reasonable security can be set up on day of. See, usually pinball's handling a lot of the security, but don't know if we need to handle anything else. But also actually look at the community and see about like what gang activity needs to be considered.
This is actually a fairly nice part of town. It's one of the areas that has been rebuilt, although this area has got signs everywhere saying that it's still under construction, under repair. Now, Gold will tell you from info she gets from Skunk that a lot of that are ruses. Like they've paid off construction companies to keep them there, that sort of thing. They kind of use this area as just a meet place for them. The harbor, the reason it hasn't been reclaimed is the harbor is very damaged. There isn't a great place for ships to come to this particular dock area. Now, this car park opens up street side. There is a building across the street from it that is still open. It is a boat repair place that doesn't get a lot of business, but it is still open. This building above it was a shopping area that's been, no one has got anything open there. Supposedly the electrical to this building has been shut off, so there's no outside lights, which is par for night markets. Most people know that you're going to be going into something that looks like it's abandoned.
It would not be reasonable for anybody, save maybe the vendors, to actually drive into here, right?
Yeah.
So a barricade of some sort.
You
Which
may
could be another
also want to, depending on how paranoid you are, you may also want to consider having a boat in the marina for easy access on the harbour. I don't know how paranoid you are, though.
And, you know, let's see, do we still have the number for that guy with the submarine?
Yeah, so the harbor here is dangerous. There's a lot of cement with rebar sticking out that has got dumped into the marina side. It's really dangerous for boats to come up to this area, and that's why it hasn't really been fixed up more.
That will also be a great excuse for no one's looking over the. Oh, that's too dangerous. Nothing was going to come that way. Oh, look, something came that way.
Well, that's what the guns are for, but it doesn't seem a terribly viable escape route. We'll talk with the manhole cover people about that, maybe. Are we going to buy directly from the vendors to provide the medical supplies that the underdwellers want?
Yeah, I'll take care of dealing with them.
All right. So I will just see about getting a barricade for tomorrow, which is probably maybe one of these derelict cars that could be reasonably rolled to and from the front of the entryway.
You could definitely do that. There are enough cars here that they're not in moving, like they're not going to start up and be useful as cars, but certainly work fine for barriers. Rackham probably sees them as parts. The other thing that
give me a minute here. I'm a tech person. Give me a minute.
The other thing you need to consider is that you guys always work security for Ollivander. Okay, and so he had people that were the gophers for the vendors to provide support, that sort of thing. Like, so you guys don't have that. So you're either security and you have no vendor support, or you're vendor support and you have no security. What do you guys want to do about that?
Would we know how he got the vendor support? Because technically, pinball is just what support do the vendors need per se?
It could be anything from helping them unload their cars to, I mean, just whatever comes up. There, Ollivander usually always had like 6 folks that would do this.
These 6 folks, do we recognize? Would we have recognized them as fellow tenants from our building?
No. Well, they were different each time. That's actually a really good question. You've never seen the tenants that Pinball normally associates with, but Pinball is not the most outgoing person in the. You go out of your way to not notice your fellow people. The people that you are aware of, you've never seen in Ollivander's black market for work. Shopping, sure. And Gold Siren, however he gets these people that help with the vendors, they're not in any of his files for contacts.
All right. Awesome. Figure we just split the forces, have some of us help, some of us be security, and do nothing very well.
We could hire maybe Skunk and some of her people for part of the work.
A suggestion then, we be vendor support when we get another group to do security like we used to do, then we're paying them a set fee and we keep whatever we get from the night market. Because otherwise you have to sort of set up all sorts of wonderful stuff around that and that. Because we get someone to do the vendoring and that, we don't know who that is for a start, but also we keep track of security and that, whereas if we're doing the actual running of the vendoring and that, then we get more direct access to what's going on and we just then hire a bunch of people in to do security. I'm sure we have fellow, I'm going to say netrunner teams. They're not netrunner teams, but the shadow
Edge runner.
Edge runner team, runners. Yeah. Edge runner. I'm sure we got a fellow edge runner teams we could get in to do security.
Well, Pinball probably knows some people because that's Pinball's kind of thing. I don't know that the rest of you would. I mean, Gold may know some general rowdy folks that would be useful muscle.
I thought I'd come up with some Yakuza, so
yeah.
Not sure I really want to bring that in there and tell them, hey, you have weapons you can force.
And then there's always what Ollivander did with you. You can go and start asking your tenants and giving them a discount on their rent.
There's no discount on the rent. He just paid us money that we could use for rent.
We could go get more people from the karate school. I mean, they know karate. That'd be great security.
They're children.
Well, some of them were. That's still better than some of
the best ones were.
Hey, you got to start sometime.
All right. Well, we're after time, so you guys can discuss on the Discord. So the next time we pick up, we're going to be in the night market.
In the night market.
Yep. Yeah. So we will see how it goes. So who's running the night market, or is there a combination of you that are going to keep track of the finances and figure out? Okay, so Gold's taking it upon herself. All right. Did you pick up the business skill, Gold?
Nope.
Okay.
My intelligence sucks.
You're the perfect person.
I can do a lot of training.
Surprisingly, Pinball is actually very intelligent.
I do have the business skill, remember? Business and bureaucracy. I did pick those up.
Pinball plans to be running Overwatch on security from that office space and coordinating from there, but kind of expects someone else to be running the business side of things.
Okay. So does Pinball want to get a
course, but it could also get Skunk's people to help do vendor support.
Does Pinball want to be responsible for getting together security then?
I think so. He'll try to hit up a few guys, see how many people we can get.
Sure.
On short notice. You need a gig? I got a gig.
Mm-hmm.
One night only.
And technically, Jameis, your character also has the nomad family that you could draw from.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's come into it. It's sort of tricky because Ollivander was sort of the family there.
Mm-hmm.
Your other tech bros that you swap parts with. Probably that's where your nomad family would come in.
It's about to be level 2 after tonight.
Mm-hmm.
No,
All right.
no,
Well, let's go ahead and call it there then. Threw out a bunch of threads, seeing what you guys were interested in. You got to figure out what the cube is. We got the night market coming up. Gold has got a legal battle that she didn't know she was already behind in the opening forays of. But actually, you're coming out not so bad. Like your name is getting really promoted in the underground for getting people sick and some deaths associated with your music. Yeah, popularity. Well, Laszlo didn't get called in last night, so no more gang killings apparently. And yeah, Pinball hasn't shot anyone today, so bad for Pinball.
He did shoot he did shoot an agent. I mean, that's got to count for something.
Yeah. Hey, Laszlo, there were no gang killings last night, and Pinball hasn't fired a bullet yet. I'm not saying the two are connected.
They're not connected. That's like because all of the gang killings were slashings, not shootings. So
Pinball has
with the laser. So,
undelved depths. All
It
right,
may
well, we'll
surprise
end
you
it
to
there.
know, but Pinball's better at slashing than he is at shooting. Just doesn't come up that often.
He can't tell you all his tricks. Richard, you've been gaming again online. Tell us about your stream.
I have been gaming again online. I have been playing the same game repeatedly and quitting the same game repeatedly because that's how it works. But you can watch me play video games badly here on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR or sit with me now. Come on, limited time.
You
No
gotta
doubt.
practice this with us so we can get a cadence or something.
No,
Come
this
on.
is great. I love it.
You change it every time.
Jameis, any new posts on your blog?
Yep. New content went up this morning because or was it today, whatever. Some recently because I saw John Wick 4. Jonathan with Wiki the 4th.
There we go. And if you found us, you know where we are, but go to BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com to get all the social media links and the podcast, which I dropped another episode today. So check things out there. We're going to just say goodbye, guys. Kind of a low-key episode with some interesting things going in the background. So we'll see how things develop. Hi, everybody.
Good night, everybody.